Obviously, a blacktop contractor is going to say replace, because that's why we're all in the business. That's how we pay our employees. But it doesn't always make sense. If it's a small area, repairs, we do a lot of repairs. It really gets to a point where it's kind of a cost trade-off versus the amount of work. Everything about asphalt is the more you do square footage wise, the more the cost comes down. And the reason for that is, if you see an asphalt company, they have lots of big, specialized, expensive equipment. So when you're doing a small repair by hand, all the work involved with removing that material that needs to be repaired and then installing new stuff is all done, at the expense of the employers or the employees. They're working hard, they're sweating, they're getting dirty, they're using their backs. Whereas if we do a whole driveway, we're now setting a guy in a comfortable, semi-comfortable skid steer. We're using that 100-horse motor. Another truck showing up, dumping into a paver. The paver's doing a lot of the physical work. So it kind of is it's kind of a deal of you're paying for the labor. So it's often that people say, well, I just want this troublesome area where I park all the time fixed, or where I had there's a big damaged area. But if their driveway is not that big, it's not uncommon for us to say, hey, we can pretty much replace the whole thing at the same price, because that big repair to tear it out by hand might take, 4 or 5 hours to, with 3 guys that are working really hard and kind of getting beat up. Whereas, our guys go in using their tools that we give them, and they're really efficient at doing that job. They might come in and tear a driveway out in 45 minutes, and then a paving crew comes in and paves it in another 45 minutes. And the guys that do this every day, we've equipped them so that they can do that job really efficiently. It doesn't beat them up. How do you justify telling this guy he has to swing a pick and use a sledgehammer versus sit in an air-conditioned machine and run some levers? It's we keep our employees happy, and that's why at times people get frustrated about the cost of a repair, because you still have a lot of equipment, but your labor costs go through the roof, and it's at the expense of the guys' bodies. So that's kind of the thing. And then sometimes if you see a driveway, you can tell when a driveway has to be just replaced when you start seeing it's turning into hockey pucks. That means the asphalt's breaking up into sections that are football shapes, stuff that's hockey puck shaped. That means that the asphalt has lost its flexibility and its pliability. Yeah, you could fix one section, but if you're seeing that in one section, the material everywhere else is starting to reach its end of life. So it would be my recommendation, hey, let's not Band-Aid this thing, especially if the cost just doesn't justify it. That's kind of the thing. You can kind of tell a driveway's age by whether it's breaking up quite a bit. Another good way to tell a driveway's age is when you look at the surface. A brand new driveway is smooth, but there are rocks in it, and you can see you may not be able to see them, but there's rocks, and then there's fine grains of sand in between the sections of rock. As the driveway gets older, Mother Nature will wash away some of the fine sand, but it won't wash away the rock. So when you start seeing the texture and feeling the texture of the larger stones, that means you're really starting to get into the age where replacement's probably the more feasible option, the more cost-effective option.